In this video, I'm going to show you how to create the background for your thumbnail called Pinwheel. And we're going to be using Photoshop. You might say, well, that's a little bit over my knowledge. Well, I'm going to show you step by step how to do this. It's so simple once you see it done. First thing you want to do is you want to create a new file. And you're going to go up to New right here. And you're going to create 1280 by 720. And then just hit OK. Okay, then once you have your background, we also want to put what we're going to use on a new layer. That way it will allow us to change the color later on. And if you save this file in a PSD file, you'll see later on that you can use this right on without having to recreate it. You can just open it in Photoshop, change the colors you want to change, bam, and you got a new background. So I'm going to show you what this is going to look like once we finish. And you'll see here on Ray William Johnson's channel, this is what the Pinwheel looks like. And you have your big YouTubers using it. Here's just sort of a swirled up version of it, but it's still Pinwheel. And down here, so as you can see, it's a very well used technique, and one you definitely need to include in your arsenal. So the first thing you need to do, guys, is go up here and grab the rectangular marquee tool, and you want to pull a little long rectangle all the way across. And then I'm going to use black for my fill, but you don't have to. Actually, let's change it to red. So now we're going to choose the paint bucket. And I need to hit OK. I get ahead of myself sometimes and do that. Now, once you have your first stripe made, all you have to do is copy those all the way across. And to copy those, just make sure you have your layer selected. And you're going to hit Option Command T. And I think it's Option Control T on the Windows version. And then just pull it across and just sort of line it up with your eyeball. And then again, you're going to make sure that you hit apply here, of course. I should have hit enter. And now we're going to hit Option Command T, or Control Option T on Windows. So, and then you just keep dragging them across. After you drag it where you want it positioned, just hit enter and hit those buttons again. Shortcut Option or Alt Command T, and we'll go all the way across with this. Once you get the hang of it, you can do it pretty fast, guys. And when you hit enter, see it sort of locks it in, so you can do it again. That 1280, that's a long way across that. But keep in mind, you don't have to do this one time. If you will do it like I'm showing you here, you'll be able to change it, because we're going to save it as a PSD file. PSD files allow you to open them up in Photoshop again and make changes. It saves what you have over here in your sidebar as well. If you save it as a PNG file or JPEG or something like that, it doesn't save your layers and all that sort of stuff. So now we have all of that all the way across. All right. I have seen people that create new layers for every one of those all the way up, and if you do that, you need to merge those together by just selecting all of those and hit the merge, but not necessary. So now what you're going to do is you're going to hit the we'll just make a new layer here in case we need one. Anyway, go back and hit the layer 1, go up to filter, let's see, where was that at? We're looking for polar coordinates. So go to this filter, distort, polar coordinates. make sure it's on rectangular to polar and hit OK. And I did that again. I'm sorry. So I'm going to hit Command Z to undo that and go up here and grab my marquee tool again right here, and you want to select your entire image. Okay, if you don't, it won't work. So make sure you have taken the rectangular marquee tool and selected the entire image. Now you want to add the filter to it. Go to filter, to distort polar coordinates, and you see what it's going to look like right there, and just hit OK. And now you have your pinwheel. Okay, now if you want to change your background color, right here you need to duplicate that background and turn the first one off. And if we wanted to change our background color, we could change this. See, if we turn that off, now if we want to add a new background, we could simply come over here and choose any color we want. Really, let's choose green, a lime, something lime green, and then we'll choose our paint bucket and come in here and just hit that like that, and now you have a lime green. Okay, if you want to change your red stripes, all you have to do here, see, if I turn that off, it goes away. Okay, actually changing those stripes is a little more difficult, so you can't really change the stripes using this particular technique here. You can change the background, but you can't change the stripes. Okay, I take that back. To change the stripes, you can go to blended options and go down to color overlay, and right here you can choose your color overlay, and you choose any color you want those to be. So now if we wanted them to be yellow, we could make them yellow. Now here's where it gets very, very nice. You can add a stroke in here, and now they look completely different. That totally changed that entire background look. And now if we wanted to grab, say, Mitch here, he's got the thumbs up going on, and drag it into our pinwheel, now we have a start for a spectacular background. And then you would come in here, of course, and you would add your text, and here again you're going to go to blended options, and you're going to want to stroke your text, no doubt. And even in here you can add a gradient overlay. If you want to change that to something like a gradient, you can do that, or something, you know, gives it a little more color. That's going to be something that you'll just have to fiddle around with and find what works for you best. So now if you hit OK and choose YouTube Secrets and hit Command T to transform, now we can blow that text up very, very large, and it's semi okay. But you know, the text really isn't the right colors, but we're not really critiquing that right now. I could turn that off and just go with a white overlay rather than that, and maybe stroke it just a little bit more to make that pop a little bit more. There we go. Now that's looking a lot better. And if you wanted to, you could change the style of your text, you know, by just doing a number of things. Guys, it's so easy to change the look of your thumbnails just by changing one thing. You see how drastically it changed that. Hopefully, by watching this video, you just learned the pinwheel method for making your own Udemy, or I'm sorry, YouTube thumbnails. Talk to you in the next one.